joining me now, radio legend Ray Hadley. I mean, Ray, thank you for being here, first of all, and for your incredible support over the past 2 years. It means so much to the Jewish community. But how can you cop Marine Farooqi turning up here today?
Hide thicker than Jesse the elephant. Hide thicker than a rhinoceros. And for her to say she was here today to offer her support to the Jewish community defies belief. She has been front and centre, beating the crap out of this story for the last 2 years. She should hang her head in shame. You talked about the Prime Minister resigning. She should resign. Disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. And I'll tell you something, the Prime Minister, I'm with you. He needs to get his hat and coat and get out of the lodge. He last night was equally disgraceful. We had a powerful media conference, and I should say congratulations to you and Peter Stefanovic. No, really,
no,
for a young Jewish woman to do what you did yesterday, you got a lot of ticker. You got a lot of heart.
I appreciate it,
but last night we had Mal Lanyon, the Police Commissioner, and the Premier, Chris Minns, come out strongly. Then we had the mealy-mouthed approach from the Prime Minister, and God bless Jeff Chambers from The Australian, who put the question to the Prime Minister, the question we all want answered. Why did you support the state, of course, of Palestine at the UN? No Prime Minister in history. Bob Hawke would turn in his grave at your performance. Absolutely disgraceful. And then, what have you done about the envoy for the Jewish community, Gillian Siegel? You've done nothing. And you're as much to blame for what happened here yesterday as anyone in the country. And Shari Markson's right. Your race has been run. You should go and go now.
And instead he announces gun. But everyone is clapping in this crowd of mourners tonight for what Ray Hadley just had to say, that the Prime Minister should resign. And Ray, instead he announces gun reform today. Gun reform. We need anti-Semitism reform.
We've needed it from October 7 and before, 2023. We've allowed in New South Wales these people. It's embarrassing to go to the town hall in the city of Sydney on George Street. For every day since 7th of October, the Palestinian protesters, they're allowed to march. That first day before the Jewish community and the Jewish government had responded to the murder, rape and torture and abduction of those people, 1,200 died, 250 abducted, they marched from the town hall to the Opera House and were allowed to do it. Yep. And they've been empowered by Marine Farooqi and the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Penny Wong and Tony Burke since. This is a government in disgrace. And as I say, they are responsible for anyone, for what happened here yesterday. My love and support go to the Jewish community. I've been by your side. I'm not Jewish, but I feel your pain. And what pain you're suffering now is indescribable. And I apologise to you on behalf of the Australian community, of which you are a very important part of. It's a disgrace.
And Ray, do you agree with me that they put their own domestic politics, they put their own election victory back in May ahead of keeping Jewish Australians safe, and we were sitting ducks?
Of course they did. And the only reason he elevated the state of Palestine as he did at the UN was to garner support from the Muslim vote in southwestern Sydney to protect Casanova Bowen and Tony Burke. That's why he did it. You're a coward. You've always been a coward. And you were shown to be more of a coward last night, again this morning. I mean, the insincerity was dripping from every pore of your being. Absolutely disgraceful.
I have to say, I agree. When I saw the Prime Minister speak last night, and I was reporting here, Ray, and I was so heartbroken, I was so devastated, I was trying to keep it together to report and not to break down on air. And the Prime Minister had no emotion in his voice. He had no anger, no heartbreak. You know, it was like he was reading lines. He didn't seem to understand the gravity of what had unfolded here in Bondi. A 10-year-old girl murdered.
Just one final thing. Our National Security Committee met during that media conference from Mal Lanyon, the Police Commissioner, and Chris Minns. They met. Meeting there were people who've been so unsupportive of the Jewish community. They were there meeting about what to do next after an act of terror was declared in New South Wales. Anthony Albanese In an earlier life, he was there cheering and shouting as a university student about how dreadful the Jewish community are and how wonderful the Palestinian community is. They are, of course, governed by Hamas, a terrorist organisation you're supporting, Prime Minister, a terrorist organisation. Penny Wong, Tony Burke, never on the side of the Jewish community, and there they are making a decision on terror. I'm terrified that they're in charge of operating in terror.
Ray, I have to say, in a night like this, I am so pleased that you are here for your support. Everyone is cheering you. Look, hundreds of people. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you so much for your support and your strength.
Don't give up.
I know we're not alone with allies like you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.